This is Simon Torres, Arsenal supporter of Charm City Gooners. You are listening to DU Football Show, and I'm here to tell you that it could be worse. You could be an Everton fan.
I don't know.
We're still on top.
It's a pretty stressful time right now for you Gooners.
As long as Saturday goes okay, we'll be okay.
Oh, you mean Sunday?
Or Sunday, rather. Yeah. Sunday 11:30.
Ooh, to be a Gooner.
I'm trying to avoid
let's
it.
Start the show.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston.
Sam Houston?
Arsenal fans have another Sam. AKA the fucking Gooner Graham. Stump of a lord. Look straight in shorts. Sam Graham, hey.
Sam Graham.
Fucking United! Fucking United!
Hello and welcome to the DU Football Show, a completely biased recap of the English Premier League is told by two common American schmucks. I am your host, Sam Houston, and across the way from me, wrangling kids at parades, my co-host, Mr. Samuel Graham. How you doing over there, buddy?
Doing all right. How are you?
Very good, very good. Kids just running across the field as games are going on. Like, makes me think of that line from Caddyshack. For Christ's sakes, this is golf!
Yeah,
Like,
for real. It's a bit nuts around this time of year for the old kiddos.
and, of course, on the ones and twos, as she's doing the fade and can't unmute herself, we got producer Mel. How you doing, producer Mel?
You know, it's so hard running the dog around to the park and up the backyard.
Uh-huh.
And having all that hate in your heart.
Fuck you all.
We're recording at the DU Public House just outside the nation's capital. You can check us out wherever you get your podcast. And, of course, streaming live every single Monday night. Should you want to chat with us, there is many ways that you can. Mr. Graham, tell the good people how they can get in touch.
Sure, it is at D Football Show on all the social medias and dfootballshow@gmail.com to get in touch via
Very
email.
good. And should you want to support the show, get extra content, and get this show minus the ads, Mr. Graham, how do you go about doing that?
Very easy. It's patreon.com/D Football Show. Sign up to that $5 tier. You get all of the extra Sam's talking about in this show ad fucking free.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, and you get really killer sound checks like last week.
You get very interesting insights into our lives.
That was the feedback from the Patreon people was overwhelming.
So fun for me.
Yeah, they really enjoyed it, and it was it was fucking laugh out loud funny. I went back and listened to it. It was absolutely
it was
hysterical.
excellent. It was one of the few shows I remember doing. You know, it's one of those things where, like, when you say stuff in here, you know what I mean?
Forget, yeah.
Yeah, we walk out and just go, like, half the time memes get made of me, and I go, I don't even remember saying that.
What did I say?
Yeah.
Very true.
Because we're riffing, we're drinking, there's a lot of times the throwaway comments that people find very, very funny. And which is great, and I love that. But I've gone back and had to ask you or re-listen to some shit that I've said that got memed.
Let's not get out of hand there. You do not go back and
I have gone back and listened to some. If I said something ridiculous, I have gone back and listened to it.
If I can only get you to do that every week.
So I've listened to about 17 minutes of our show in 8 years.
Good. So you've only said 17 minutes worth of hysterical shit.
Yeah.
Say myself, but work in the wine and spirit industry, both have a deep, passionate love for all things distilled spirit. So as the red-blooded Americans we are, we vow to have a drink in our hand throughout this show and every single show. Mr. Graham, we are at number 4. What are we drinking tonight?
We are at number 4. We have the new Riff Bottle and Bond Balboa rye. This received a 95 from the tasting panel. It's a straight rye whiskey that has been bottled and bond, so it's 100 proof. Should run you around $55. I think you found this at retail when you found it.
Yes, I did.
Correct.
Yep, and I still see it on the shelf currently. It's not a hard one to find.
Nice. So your blurb comes from Julia Higgins of the Whisky Advocate tasting panel, and this is what she had to say about this. Made from a mash bill of 5% malted rye and 95% Balboa rye, an heirloom variety that dates back to the 1940s. This is New Riff's second bottling of Balboa. Its debut release was in 2019, which made it the first company to distill the variety in decades. The second release illustrates what additional experience and time can yield in the glass. It has an earthy aroma of dried herbs, green olives, leather, and pickle brine. The palate skews sweeter with vanilla frosting, coconut cake, and candied raspberries floating among peppery spice. Toasted marshmallow, milk chocolate, mouth-watering spice, and fruit-forward sweetness come forth on the long finish, is what she had to say about this.
A eucalypty bomb in nose.
I can smell the eucalyptus. I can mint.
In nose, in flavor, and in finish, it is a big traditional peppery rye.
I do get a little bit of brine.
If you're a rye fan, oh, fuck yeah.
But eucalyptus is a great shout. I mean, it's cleaning my sinuses out.
Is really fucking lovely. Yeah, that's exceptional. I don't know much about the Balboa varietal of rye, but wow. We've had New Riff on the list before. This was multiple years ago, and I think it was one of their bourbons. But yeah,
it was the Metallica one, wasn't it?
No, that's blackened.
That's blackened. That's right.
It was one of their bourbons. It was one of their regular edition bourbons. It was when the brand first came out. I think this was like maybe the first year we did the list, like 6 years ago, I want to say.
Gotcha.
But
that's excellent, man.
This is
the marshmallow comes through on the finish. I don't get a ton of fruit. Eucalyptus still stands out. It's still minty. Coconut, I do get. Vanilla frosting, I do get. That's wild. It's good.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see what the water does to it.
I'm interested to see how this compares to number one, because number one, spoiler alert, is a rye whiskey also. So bar is set, because this is...
Oh, yeah, it is.
This is good enough to be a number one whiskey.
And what's wild...
This is absolutely good enough to be a number one whiskey.
The number one isn't far away in proof, despite being a barrel proof.
Yeah.
It's not far away from the proof at all here.
Yeah, this is wow.
It's exceptional.
If
It's
you're
a very good
you're
whiskey.
a rye fan, you get this bottle. It's worth the price of admission. It's very fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
sure.
is really fucking lovely. Let's have ourselves a good show, sir. What else should we also always do, by the way?
Always remember to drink responsibly.
Very good. All right. The top of the table is a two-horse race, but it seems like Arsenal are more afraid to lose than they are of winning the title. Bournemouth 2, Arsenal 1, Manchester City 3, Chelsea 0. The Cherries continue their unbeaten run, while the Gunners drop points.
I have to start off by saying that Bournemouth did impose themselves very well in the game. Their press was excellent. Their tactics were spot on. They did exactly what they came to town to do.
Hey, Sam. You didn't give me much whiskey. Can you pass me the bottle?
Sure. Here you go.
That being said, I have to lament my team for a majority of this. The Cherries deserve the credit for what they did. Very well done.
Is that the bottle lid?
Yeah, but I need the bottle. Mel, can I get some? I need to. This is really a lovely bottle of whiskey.
The two defensive mistakes that we made that led to their goals were absolutely absurd. If you look at the build-up, Ben White and I think it's Zubamendi maybe, two players caught ball watching, which allowed the pass to come in for the I can't remember who it was, the overlapping back, was able to sneak in
The bottle and need a picture.
Okay.
completely uncontested, essentially. Saliba recovers to an extent and then kind of bullshits a half-hearted block, and the ball deflects up and finds Krupi, who was able to finish at the far stick. It's just a defensive lapse in concentration that none of us should ever have.
Right.
You know what I mean? At this level.
Right.
And then
Hey, Mel, I need the bottle. I want to show it to everybody real quick.
And then the second,
the bottle.
And then the second one was.
I got a good picture of him in the bottle.
Oh, very good.
And then the second one was, just not tracking the runner. I think it's Zubamendi again, just simply not tracking his runner,
right.
And he ate up a lot of ground very quickly, and that's fair dues. But he caught pretty much everyone in defense on their heels, and was able to kind of slink in. Ball breaks to him. Good first touch, good second touch, and then the finish was excellent.
Yeah,
very composed, everything else, but largely in the game we were comfortable. Right, but we also couldn't break them down at all. Right. We just mitigated risk rather than going to try to win the game, and we had the criticism leveled of us in October of being too reliant on set pieces.
Right,
we go out in November and we score the most goals from open play in the league in that month. We survive largely unscathed from being without Gabriel.
Right.
After that November international break.
Odegaard's been hurt almost practically the entire year.
On and off.
Yeah.
The whole season, really. Saka, same way, on and off the whole season. Now, he's been able to string a few games together, but still not enough to get any sort of momentum. And didn't feature in this match. But my point is we've responded to these things by imposing ourselves on the game, by trusting our players to play to their capability and capacity. In the last month, we have not done that.
Right.
We have tried to control the game from a possession and pointless possession standpoint to limit the risk of us giving stuff away. And the players look like they're scared to make passes. The players look like they're nervous to make a mistake. And how many times you have to tell somebody, don't make a mistake, don't make a mistake, don't make a mistake before they fucking make a mistake, because you've got them so fucking jazzed up about it that they can't not make a mistake. And that's what I see happening here, and it's really fucking sad.
So
we still have the players to impose ourselves on games. We just aren't doing it.
So here's the question then. Is Arteta being too careful with his tactics?
Yes.
Or is it the players not executing?
It's Arteta's fault.
Yeah, it's on Arteta. You think he needs to let them play?
Let them play. Let them go.
Yeah.
And we also look tired. We also look tired.
You're deep in all four competitions. Yeah,
But I also don't think you rotated well enough to get other players acclimatized to the team. How much has Norgard actually played?
I was going to say, you talked about Norgard last week.
It's very difficult benching Declan Rice for a game or two. Like, I get it.
Right.
I understand that.
But you got to bench him for a game or two.
But at some point, he needs a rest, number one. But Norgard needs to fit into the team at some point.
Right, because what if
he
Rice
was one of the
injured?
worst players on the field against Southampton, right in the FA Cup game.
Right.
So what do you? Now he's at the point of the season where he doesn't feel really a part of the team. I'm sure, right? But also, isn't up to speed with the pace of play. Isn't up to anything because he's played 12% of games this season, maybe, if that. It's just. Do the other players that play regularly, when he does get slotted in, do they trust him?
Yeah.
Right? So how can you say, like... And because of that, Declan Rice is now fucking exhausted. He covers more grass than anyone in the league.
Another question for you. This is in a different position,
it's just
but
so fucking frustrating.
Is it time to give Max Doman a start?
Yes.
Yeah.
If Saka's not fit, yes.
Yeah. It should
absolutely.
Be him. Give him a run.
100%.
Yeah.
Completely yes.
Yes.
He's the only one that doesn't seem scared because he has youthful exuberance.
Right. Or too dumb to know.
He's never been in this position before. He's never had this pressure before. Yeah. So what does he know about it, right?
Young and dumb. Doesn't know any better. Just going to go out there and have a go.
It's just, but there's no fucking way you're telling me that we should be losing to Bournemouth. At home.
Yeah. It's one thing if it's in their building and they played you real turgid and it was a tough atmosphere. Those things could happen. Now, one would also debate if you're going to be champions, you need to win that game anyways. But at home, that's fucking shocking.
Absolutely.
Honestly, it's fucking
But
shocking.
the other thing, and this is another Arteta problem, his win percentage as Arsenal manager since he took over in December and April specifically are sub 50%.
Ooh, that ain't good.
Right. Those are the two most important months of the season, one would argue.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're trying to close the league out or chase for, City down or whatever the last 3 seasons, right?
Mm-hmm.
In April. And December is the busiest month of the year. There's the most points up for grabs. You need to be winning more games.
Right.
Those 2 months specifically, his win percentage is dog shit for a potential title contender.
Right.
And that's just inexcusable.
And with that, at the end of the day, the lead is at 9 points, and City have 2 games in hand, one of which to be played on Sunday at the Bridge. And Chelsea gave them a go in the first half. I think Chelsea missed opportunities that they probably should have capitalized on, but Holland was pretty much unnoticeable.
The first half was all Chelsea.
But it just
really,
and then halftime.
Well, but I think the sliding doors moment came with the VAR check for the offside for the goal that Chelsea scored, Cucurella. But what I will say about Chelsea is they didn't keep their heads and all that kind of stuff. And City have done this season once or twice where they've looked kind of abject in the first half and come out after halftime and been world beaters again. If Mark Cucurella is your best offensive player in the game, I think he had 4 shots on target.
That ain't good.
The offsides obviously doesn't count,
right?
But he wasn't to know that,
right?
He had 4 shots on target in the game, right? Probably should have scored 2 of them. But if he's your best offensive player, you've got a fucking problem anyway.
Wing back, that's a fucking problem.
You've got a problem anyway.
That's a big fucking problem.
Yeah. And it proved to be because City came out and it was 5-6 minutes after halftime when they took the lead.
Well, it wasn't just City took over the match. Cherky took over the fucking match.
The no-look pass with the outside of the boot.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What?
Nasty. Just
but and here's the comparison. We go out against Bournemouth and look turgid, right? Scared to express ourselves, scared to do anything. City come out after a pretty poor first half, to be quite fair, and dominate away from home to another Big Six club. Now, Chelsea are in disarray at the moment. That's all fair dues.
Yeah.
But City looked confident. That second half for them looked fun.
I mean, honestly,
our entire game looked like we got no joy at all.
Honestly, I think Chelsea are going to finish in 8th place. I think Brentford and fucking Everton are going to jump them.
You think they could catch them?
I think they're going to jump them, man. They're both playing really well. Chelsea is not.
Yeah.
I don't fancy Chelsea's chances in the damn FA Cup semi against Leeds. No, Leeds ain't dropped a point yet to Chelsea this year.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that's fair.
Like, I could very much see it be City Leeds in the final of the FA Cup, man. Here's the problem ultimately for Chelsea is that each of the past couple of seasons, we've talked about the overachieving because of what a young team they are and what great talent there is. At some point, that either needs to mastatize to something or it is just unachieved goals. And as we've talked about already with the Blue Group, they're really not interested in overall results.
No, they're interested in using this as essentially a hedge fund.
And
as a player development as a very high-priced Brighton or Brentford, essentially, where they can recoup shit tons of money.
And I don't see this team being competitive for Champions League spots for the next couple of seasons unless they have a complete culture change. They have the talent to do it.
Yeah, but they have they have no leaders. They have no leaders.
Right. There's no direction.
I mean, even their manager's a fucking 38-year-old fucking
precisely
LinkedIn fucking, Diary of a CEO guy.
Yeah, he's a quarter zip guy.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's, it's all about concepts and fucking, bullshit.
Yeah.
Not real world actionable results. Big surprise. But a lot of things here went wrong. We talk about Shirky taking over, right? So you get the initial goal from Nico O'Reilly. It's a great header.
Who's now on 9 goals.
Fucking
season.
ridiculous.
He is just ridiculous.
I'm sure he's going to start for England at left back at the World Cup.
I wouldn't be
I don't think.
surprised.
I think Lewis Hall will be on the bench because Nico O'Reilly's been in such good form.
That hot, yeah.
Yeah. But the third goal is what really did it for me in this one. Caicedo turns into a hell of a lot of trouble and got dispossessed by the smallest player on the pitch in Jeremy Doku. He picked his pocket to the extent that within 2 steps, he was in 8 yards of space either side of him from anyone else close. He was able to drive into the box in only about 7 or 8 steps, maybe 15 yards at the most, and then slot home with relative ease, and Sanchez wasn't even fucking close to it.
Nope, not at all.
And it's just, that's one of your most expensive players in your history. That's one of the most experienced players in your team, and one of the very few leaders you do have. And he's getting bossed around by Jeremy Doku. It doesn't make a ton of sense to me.
And it's surprising because he's had a fairly good year this year, too. He's had a really good year until recently. The last month, he's not looked good at all. He's kind of reverted back to what he was last season, which was not good one bit. Now, here's the scenario. It's now 6 points. They have a game in hand, which could get
Against
it to
Palace, I think.
If they win, get it to 3 points. And that puts it all on the line for you this next coming weekend at the Etihad against City. Essentially, this is for the title.
When do they play Palace?
They still have not. It's still a to be determined. They haven't given an official date yet. I imagine they're waiting to see what happens with Palace and their European
Conference League.
Yeah, they're still in the McRib, and they're ahead in their game in the McRib as well.
Yes, by a fair amount, actually. It was 3-0 they beat Fiorentina by or something?
2-0.
Yeah. It's scary, man. It's definitely squeaky bum time.
All right.
This Saturday or Sunday rather is a fucking big deal. So we need to not lose. Period.
Yeah, it could be a draw, right? It could be a draw. Just you cannot.
We
fucking
cannot
lose.
fucking lose.
Oh.
And I think if we go into it with that mentality, we will lose.
Yeah, you have to go for the
And
win.
we'll come on to that a little bit later.
Okay.
Little reverse psychology. Again, we're coming on to that later. Don't get fooled by the
Well,
soundbite.
Awesome. I was thinking that the good job on you too with all the bottle talk, and you kept it together and you stayed on task there, buddy.
I'm just ignoring both of you.
I had a bottle of beer I was going to grab. I had more pulls on it.
Yeah, all these bottles.
You know what? I think honestly, I heard this joke earlier, so I am gonna steal it and say it myself. But the fucking dickhead that was in the stands that had the water bottle with the Arsenal logo taped to it that was drinking from it. You saw that, and then found out he was already going viral during the game still.
So he just started doing more.
Yeah, that should be added to the 115 charges. There should be an extra charge or two for this fucking
love
dickhead.
That shit.
What a fucking penis. A terrible joke. The water bottle wasn't even very well done. It was pathetic. The whole bit of it was pathetic.
It's like when people make the cup out of the cardboard with the tin foil.
Cardboard and aluminum foil, yeah. It's pitiful, that.
Charming when you're like a League One side that does it.
But when you've won fucking 30 trophies in the last
amateur hour
7
when you're a
years,
top flight team.
Fuck you.
All right. The bottom of the table has seen a shakeup with a statement win, a survival point, and another loss despite changing managers. West Ham 4, Wolves 0, Sunderland 1, Spurs 0, Forest 1, Villa 1. 2 braces from Mavropanos and Totti.
Yeah,
and
pretty unlikely source of one of those braces for sure.
And a hat trick of assists from the captain, Jared Bowen.
Who could have gotten on the score sheet himself, by the way.
Oh, and should have had
Probably should have
had 2 more assists. This game, 4-0 is nice.
Yeah.
This could have been
100%.
9-0 Southampton. Like, that's exactly what this could have been.
And this is what we talk about, the eye test, right? If you look at the stats in this game, the stats are fairly even. Shots on target, possession, all that kind of stuff is fairly even. But in terms of belief, spirit, enthusiasm, despite what the stats say, West Ham were well and truly on top in this game.
They took that cup exit as a motivator, and they came out and they fucking played, man. Again, like you said, you said this when we were doing it on injury time. You said Bowen's going to forget about that penalty miss, and he is going to go out there and he is going to lead this team, and that is exactly what that man did. And it was
to our earlier point. I don't remember saying that.
No, precisely. But the West Ham could not have asked for a more perfect fucking day. It was perfect. It was on a Friday, so it set the tone for the entire weekend, right? And you can't say that did not affect Spurs on Sunday with the big fucking 4-0 that they put up on the board against
But they
Wolves.
also closed the gap to, I think, 6 goals in goal difference.
Yep.
And there's 6 games left to play for both teams, right? So that's what 6 1-0 wins, and your fucking goal difference out the window.
Exactly.
At this point.
Exactly.
Which I could see West Ham doing, to be quite frank. Now they have 1 or 2 tough games. I think they actually have to play us at shortly after Fulham. But it's a massive result for West Ham. It piles an enormous amount of pressure on Spurs, obviously. This late in the season, first time in like 40 years or something ridiculous that they've ever been in the relegation zone at this stage of a season.
Right.
Or started the weekend that way, let alone finish the weekend that way.
Exactly.
But it was, they were all types of goals from West Ham that you have the 2 from Mavropanos where, one was the bullet header, the other one kind of falling away. Yeah, Tati getting complete, like, fucking forearmed in the face and still finding a way to get a piece of the ball.
Yep.
To put it beyond the goalkeeper, who I think just oh shit, he got to it. Kind of like just surprised,
right? Simply
because his defender was all over him. It was wild stuff, man. 3 of those 4 goals, though, Jose Sa beaten to his right side low. I wonder if that has something to do with it. I wonder if I feel like there's a lot of goals he gives up to his right side, to his own right side.
It could be.
I think it's like a blind spot for him. Like he just is not good at diving right. I don't know.
It very well could be.
But 2 of them were fairly tame. Now, again, the Tati goal where he's getting knocked over is probably a bit surprising, and it's coming through bodies. Maybe, but I don't know. I thought he probably could have got to 1 or 2 of them, but I don't know.
Real quick for Wolves, the international break and the FA Cup break fucking killed them.
Oh, big
they
time.
were on such a good run.
Yeah.
And then this was like the old Wolves before Edwards took over. They gave up the minute they gave up 1, they gave up the second, and then the game was just over.
Well, the Tati's goals were 4 minutes apart, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
Both of his were 4 minutes apart. And then obviously bookended by Mavropanos' goals.
Yeah, so this...
Who seems like that, I mean, how many memes were made of the ball hitting him in the face where it was like 2 inches pressed onto his face, right, of the ball. He seems to have used that as motivation to become fucking He-Man.
Yeah, just I'll throw my face into it. Now, the one thing I hate to say this for Wolves, we thought there could be a great escape on the card simply because of the amount of teams in the bottom half of the table that they're playing. But next week, they lose to Leeds and the right teams win, they will be officially relegated.
Right. Yeah, it'll be over for them.
And that performance, that's nail in the coffin right there. Like, you can't, like... If you lost 1-0 and it was scrappy, that's one thing. Like, okay, you still got a puncher's chance, but
4-0 like this was rough.
To a team that was in the relegation zone with you, this was very clear cut. One team knew the importance of the game, and the other team did not.
Well,
and that's
but
what you saw.
Just look. I mean, look at it. They've got, honestly, if this is a shootout between these three teams, right? I don't trust Wolves to score the goals. Tottenham has proven they can't score the goals. Tati has been, despite being Italian, and we all know Italian strikers,
In the Prem,
prolificacy in the Prem.
Terrible.
Is it well? He's come on and scored very important goals for them.
Yeah, he really has.
He's shown up and gotten literal goals have turned into points on the board tangibly, right? It's not a Victor Gyökeres 96-minute penalty to make it 3-0, right? This guy's goals have turned into points on the table for West Ham. You know what I'm saying? And that it's invaluable. It's absolutely invaluable. And I trust West Ham. Just on the eye test, I trust West Ham more than I trust either of those two teams to do anything.
Yeah.
I say Wolves are pretty much out of it anyway now, officially.
Yeah.
But over the last few weeks as we were talking,
I trust West Ham more than I trust Forest. I would trust West Ham more than I trust
think
Spurs.
also West Ham have the best manager of the bunch.
Yeah, particularly as far as surviving too, that's going to be defensive minded and take advantage of small opportunities. Nuno's the best of the bunch. With that being said,
Yeah, he's David Moyes light.
new manager, same old fucking Spurs, man. And you could just, watching this match, you could tell the tension of those players and the uncomfortableness of not understanding what they were going through.
Big time.
They don't understand what a relegation battle is. Whereas when you look at a team like West Ham, like, they're fully aware of what they're in. They know exactly how to handle it.
played in the World Cup final last time out. Remember? For France.
Yep.
Richarlison has represented Brazil at major tournaments. A couple of major tournaments now.
Yes.
Christian Romero won the World Cup last time
Argentina.
out with Argentina, right? Played against Colomwani in that final. Yeah. Unfortunate for him going off with the injury. Seems to be, first report is a partial MCL tear. His World Cup is now in doubt. He definitely will not be playing for Tottenham the rest of the season, which is terrible because he's their captain and probably, even though he's a fucking bonehead, one of their most important players. Christian Romero.
Even as a bonehead, he's an exceptional defender.
Sunderland had the better quality chances throughout the game, period. Robin Roofs was fairly comfortable. Through the couple of chances that Tottenham created, Robin Roofs was comfortable. Brian Brobby caused everyone loads of problems. Do you think he should have been sent off?
I can see I think he could have been, yeah.
I think the second instance was more of a card than the first instance.
Yeah.
In terms of they're both, the first one was given as a yellow.
Right.
Because that happened, he probably should have been sent off because I think the second foul was worse than the first one.
Right, but just gets a hard talking to instead.
Because I think the referee realized his mistake. I don't think the first one personally was a yellow card. I think it was a simple foul and shouldn't have been given as a yellow. I think overall, as a big picture, I think justice was served. Because I think between the two tackles,
one of them should have been a yellow, and it was
one
the
of them
wrong
shouldn't
one.
have, and it was the wrong one they gave the yellow on. But
also, Tottenham, welcome to a relegation battle. You don't always get all the calls going your way.
well,
when
there's
you're
the
not
other
a big
thing
six
too,
side
right?
Anymore.
You just don't get the luck,
right?
I mean, the Mukiele's shot, the deflection, Kinski starts to dive, who largely had a good game, especially after being thrown on the bus by Tudor. At the Champions League game against Atletico Madrid, right? Where he got yanked after 15 minutes, further delaying Vicario's hernia surgery.
Right, exactly.
Where he finally went, fuck you, I need to get this fixed. I can touch my large intestine. I could poke my large intestine.
Wow. So
with Kinski I thought had a great game, and it was very unfortunate the coming together with Romero, obviously injuring Romero to the point where he couldn't play and is going to miss the rest of the season. But this is what happens when you're down there, man. You say they make your own luck, right? If you don't impose yourself on the game and you don't try to do that, you end up in a situation where football happens to you, right? And that's what happened here. I mean, it was I think Kinski had it covered. It's a fairly tame shot that carooned off one of the Tottenham defenders, Van der Ven or somebody, and Kinski was already on his dive. There's no way he's getting to it. No chance.
Yeah, De Zerbi, I will say De Zerbi seemed to have them better organized.
It was also their most running throughout the season.
Yeah.
They were, I believe, bottom of the league. If not, they were right down there in terms of running stats, like just basic effort. Statistics that show effort.
Yes.
They were bottom 3, let's say. I'm pretty sure they were dead last. But this was their highest level of those statistics this season. So maybe he's got them trying. And he came in and he was like, they don't need a manager right now. They need a fucking father. They need an arm around them. They need somebody to pick up their confidence. These are good players. If we can play with confidence, we can win games. And it was a better showing than the last few weeks. There was hope. But ultimately, I still think Sunderland were the better side.
Until they win a game this calendar year, we have to go under the assumption they're going to lose. The other big factor between them, West Ham, and Forest. Forest are exceptional at home. West Ham are pretty decent at home. Fucking Tottenham are horrible. And their crowd is contentious.
Well, but
it ain't a good play. They like.
What was the game 2 weeks ago? Where they tried to against Forest or 3? Well, it was about 6 weeks ago now, but it was only 2 games ago in the league. They showed up on the street, greeted them with flares, singing. They had tifos and fucking banners trying to, and they go out and lose. What was it, 3-1? They lost to Forest or whatever it was. It was just like, what are you guys on about? What are these players doing? And the saddest bit, I heard a Spurs fan on the radio after the game on the XM that has the Talk Sport feed. And he said, you know what? I'm at peace with it. If it means, you decide.
Okay.
If it means that I never have to watch any of these players pull on a Spurs shirt again, I'm at peace with going down.
Wow.
And how sad of a state are you in that you want your literal entire playing staff to turn over and you'd be cool with relegation if that was a result of it? That's fucking sad.
It was
that's really sad.
It was a shit weekend for North London, so I figured this would be a good time for you to do your shot
in honor of Tottenham. Enjoy playing Lincoln City away next year.
Yeah, no shit. Lincoln City's winning League One, by the way.
That's what I'm saying.
They're like 10 points ahead.
That's what I'm saying.
They won League One.
And what were the Lincoln fans cheering in the stands in the FA Cup or whatever it was a few weeks ago?
Tottenham away.
Yeah, it's seemingly gonna happen.
Yep.
Because I do not trust the Spurs side to get out of it. I really don't. Are you ready for me now?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, cheers. Up the Arsenal. Can't wait for the last 6 games of the season.
North London is bollocks.
I've been in North London a lot in my time for an American, and there are a lot of bottles just laying around. It's not the most upscale area in the world.
All right, go for it. Big point for Forest at the City Ground. Villa had chances. Villa probably should have won this game, but you know what? Forest figure out a way, and if you're going to survive, this is the kind of result you need. You know, you've got a top 4 team coming in, a team that's clearly going to be in Champions League, and they've just gotten healthy at the right time, and you know what? Forest did what they needed to do. This was not an entertaining game by any stretch.
Well, it kind of was, though, because it ebbed and flowed where everyone had like a 15-minute stretch where they were on top, right?
Right.
Bazat came up big a couple times.
I had a few good saves.
Sells had a couple of really good saves.
But it got hurt early.
But it wasn't like Chelsea City where it was a whole half was dominated by one team.
Right.
It was, you had 15 minutes here by Forest to begin the match. And then for the next 17 minutes, Villa looked the better a better side. And as you said, people getting healthy. John McGinn at 3 shots on target, 2 of which I think should have went in. Right? It ebbed and flowed where that made it entertaining. But the team that was on the down slope at that moment weren't very good in that moment. So it was kind of ugly. So I understand what you're saying where the aesthetic of the game was not great. It wasn't like United Leeds was today, right? For instance, where that ebbed and flowed. It was almost like a basketball game, to be fair.
Or like what we're going to get onto in the first game of, so that happened, Everton and Brentford.
Right, but yeah, exactly, same. It was just end-to-end stuff with good chances for either side.
Right.
This went like, 20-minute block, 20-minute block, 20-minute block, and it was interesting though. Morgan Rogers is one of the smartest footballers in the league this season. To play that ball that he played, right? To put Murillo, who's been, in my opinion, one of the better defenders in the league this season, despite where Forest find themselves.
And last season, too.
I really rate Murillo, and it's not even just because Julian knows the guy, right? Or all pair knows Murillo. It's not even just for that. I truly believe he's got a big future, and he's got a top 6 side coming after him.
Oh, I very much agree.
I really do.
Very much agree.
For Morgan Rogers to put him in that position where he couldn't sort his feet out fast enough was...
There were 3 Forest people inside the goal box and no Villa players, but he just went, fuck it, I'm going to put the ball in.
And put it in hard is the point.
Right.
And low.
Yep.
And Murillo's running back to his own net, bounces off his right foot, hits off his left leg, and trickles into the net. But the key thing is he evaded the goalkeeper.
It almost felt like Morgan was going, I'm going to get an own goal here. Like he sought out an own goal. Like I'm going to put it into the turbine.
He knew
it
was happening. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then he missed an opportunity. Then you had Watkins missed one too. I mean, there were definitely chances in the match, and for
Nico Williams had a sweet hit, which leveled it up. Right, it was fantastic.
I got to say, real quick, there was, I don't know if you've heard the chant, but lately, the Casey and the Sunshine Band, That's the Way I Like It, has started getting like chants a lot lately.
Getting traction.
And
all right.
They did this for when they were out at Genoa. Genoa, I think it was, they beat in, Genoa, who they beat in Europa. And they're doing, on a new, oh, na,
That's pretty good.
Kamara,
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that was.
I like that. That's like Yorkeress's chant with the bringing back the salt and pepper.
Fucking
I
brilliant.
love the tunes they come up with. All of them are great.
Brilliant.
Oh, speaking of that, Cameron, right? I had it stuck in my head after Yorkeress put that penalty away, right? Which was a penalty, by the way. We didn't talk about it. It was a definite penalty because his arm was so far away from his body.
It was a handball. It was absolutely a handball. It was up here. It was a handball.
But I started singing his chant because he scored the pen. And Cameron goes, "Can you play that song on the radio while we're driving?" And I said, "Yeah." So I pulled up YouTube and did. And 6.5 hours later, she comes, like, I'm coming around the by my stairs, like down, coming up with like bottles to put someone to sleep. I don't know, whatever.
A gooner handling bottles. Yeah. How about that?
Fuck off. And Cameron runs to the balcony from the top of the stairs, and goes, "The girls are very nice. He left his," and I was like, "Yes." She's starting to learn. Like Tegan Tegan used to sing. Her favorite was Olivier Giroud's chant, right? So she used to sing. I think his was "Hey Jude."
Yeah.
But Giroud.
Yeah.
But she used to sing that shit all fucking time, right? So the fact that Cameron just glommed onto this chant all of a sudden randomly was like super lovely for me.
And for Villa, you would have liked 3 points, but it's now 5 teams are getting into the Champions League. Villa will be one of those 5.
I think so as well.
And honestly,
you can't trust Newcastle to fucking do anything.
No.
I think it's going to be a step too far for Everton and Brentford. Just
agreed.
In this context.
Yeah.
one of them needed to win this weekend.
Liverpool, Villa, Man U are going to be the three,
Right.
besides the obviously two title contenders.
The only it was we'll get
But
to
I
the
do put
we'll get to
Brentford and Everton at 6 and 7. I put Chelsea at 8.
Yeah, we'll get to the game itself, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But Brentford and Everton, in the context of Europe, one of them needed to win this game.
Right.
To keep pace with Liverpool.
We'll get to that in just a moment.
I know. I'm just in the context of the European race
Right.
and specifically the Champions League spots. Liverpool winning while y'all both dropped points
was big for Liverpool.
was big for Liverpool. It was a huge deal for Liverpool.
Okay. Now, this is what I want to really get to. And also,
But I do think Villa have enough to get over the line.
And also, Villa are fucking winning Europa. Villa are winning Europa.
I think so.
I mean, I know a one-off, anything can happen. Villa are winning Europa.
They've got Unai Emery, man.
Villa are winning
The only
Europa.
time this cunt made a final and didn't win it was when he fucking managed us.
Well, because you all aren't allowed to have
What
fucking
a
European
prick.
titles.
Because y'all bottle stuff.
Fucking
Now-
vampire.
Now,
evening.
final thought. You have the three. It's because we'll talk about Leeds a little bit later. It's Forest, it's West Ham, and it's Tottenham. Graham, who's going down?
Bro, I really am. You won't believe me. I really am sad to say at this point on this form, Spurs get relegated.
Rounding out the rest of the league, and so that happened, which just happened in the last segment. Everton 2, Brentford 2, Brighton 2, Burnley 0, Liverpool 2, Fulham 0, Palace 2, Newcastle 1, Leeds 2, Manchester United 1.
Villa's Champions League
Yeah, I
credentials,
know.
and this is important into that. The other thing, I really don't want Tottenham to go down. People don't believe me. I really don't want it.
Despite my wife constantly going, "Oh, what an entertaining game the whole time," this game was actually fucking entertaining.
It was.
It honestly, it had everything. Good chances from both sides, excellent goalkeeping from both sides.
Oh,
really direct, aggressive
Kelleher's
play.
double save was phenomenal.
Which, by the way, that was not offsides on Beto. They ended up calling it offside.
You don't think so?
They kept showing the replay. If they were like, if that went in the net, that would have gone to VAR. The commentators were like, and he would have been on sides, and that would have been a goal.
Right.
Like so that Kelleher save, that quote isn't a save because it was offsides, was a fucking save, because if that ball had gone in the net, that would have been a goal.
Right.
It would have absolutely been turned over. But it was aggressive, and like Idrissa Gueye didn't have his best game. But
what a cross that was.
Right. He had that, but he didn't have his best game as a whole. He was making a lot of sloppy passes. But when it started getting physical, he's like, yeah, I fancy a tackle. I really fancy a tackle.
I mean, he has his whole career. Yeah.
Cracking motherfuckers.
He has his whole career.
It was a fun
I
fucking
love
watch,
Idrissa Gueye.
Yeah.
I see a lot of myself in Idrissa Gueye.
Oh, he's just a mean motherfucker.
The way I played, right?
Yeah.
Like, I could pick a pass. Like I could do a job in that department. I could score the odd goal here or there. Cracker from 30 out.
But goddamn, you
do
love
I
the
love
tackle.
a fucking tackle? Yeah,
Exactly.
I love a fucking tackle.
Love a fucking tackle.
I love waving a finger too, which he does at a referee,
He's like,
at
no,
another
no,
player.
nope.
Always go. It's like Dikembe Mutombo was one of my favorite NBA
no,
players.
no.
No. I fucking love that shit. I'm here for it. All of it.
I mean, obvious pen right off the bat to open the game. But I think what's more disappointing.
You talk about Pickford's.
Yeah.
It's a definite penalty.
Yeah, it's absolutely a pen.
Yeah.
But also, he should have never been hung out to dry like that.
No.
Branthwaite and Tarkovsky got that all fucking wrong.
100% true. I also think it was a little unlucky from him. I mean, he was very fucking close to getting that ball. It was one of those just meat points that just off it.
He ripped it too.
Yeah.
It just didn't matter. It was one of those ones that we just hit so hard. He picked it right. He went the right way. He was almost to it, but just hit way too hard.
Yeah, it was a very, very good penalty.
But then, like you said, the cross from Idrissa Gueye, that header from Beto, like, whew,
yeah,
just back
I
and
would
forth.
love the Hill Dickinson to one time just go, ha, gay, as a whole.
for Idrissa
I
Gueye.
think it'd be brilliant.
Jimmy Gardner playing out of his fucking mind since getting his.
we on
his
a
England
nickname
squad.
basis with him now.
Yeah.
We just it's old Jimmy here.
He's Jimmy now. Yeah. But he's.
I think he should be on the plane. I think he should be in the England squad.
I think he should too. Certainly his appearance. He proved that he was worthy to fucking be there.
Yeah, 100%.
But Pickford again. This is now 5 fucking games in a row where Pick just pulls out this amazing fucking save.
Well, the one time he couldn't was when Igor Thiago scored with his belly button, or his hip flexor, or something. Coyote screaming through outside of the foot shot that, and Beto's trying to get out of the way, or Thiago's trying to get out of the way of it, and it just sort of nicks his mid drift somewhere. And Pickford, again, much like the goal we talked about earlier, I think was the Tottenham goal, Kinski. He had already left his feet.
Yeah.
And it was, oh, shit, there's nothing you can do about it.
Quixote had himself a phenomenal game. For
fantastic
Brentford.
game, yeah.
Except for
I like him a lot as well. I think he'd get himself a bigger move, too.
I think we need to check in on his ankles. Evil Saka bent him in a way he should not have been bent.
Was it Tyreek George's name in it?
Yeah, Evil Saka.
Oh my god.
He cut him so hard. You just watched.
He sent that dude for a fucking hot dog.
His ankles bent and his legs waved as he went down. It was just, he looked like one of those blow up wavy things.
Now, Coyote is a lanky player, so it did look a bit more dramatic than I think it probably was for like actual body mechanics. But it looked horrific,
and then of course,
both of them laughed about it afterwards.
Oh yeah, I mean, just broke his ass. Broke his ass hard.
It was absolutely pitiful defending.
Oh yeah,
and Tyreek George, and it was a simple Cruyff turn. It wasn't anything like spectacular. It was a simple Cruyff turn, but he fucking exploded.
Why you sign and have a player like Dewsbury Hall on your team is because if given a second chance after missing an opportunity, you know he's going to do it. And he had that open opportunity on the one-on-one that he turned back and completely got wrong. But the end of the match,
squeezed it between two defenders and Queef Keller.
Yeah, and the post right on the near post. And he ripped that fucker. He absolutely ripped it.
And rescued the draw in stoppage time. It was an excellent finish by him for sure.
I would say Brentford was the better side overall, but Everton really had a couple of good
I'm not sure, man. I think it's fairly even to be fair.
The result feels right.
It's a fair result. But the part that I'm disappointed about is exactly what I said at the end of the last segment, right? When we were talking about Villa and these Champions League sort of spots and Europa League spots and how crowded it is in this space right now. One of you needed to win this game, I think.
Yeah.
To have a realistic chance of catching Liverpool. Now, you could make amends for that by beating Liverpool on Sunday at 9 a.m.
Both of us have our derby in our building. It's Fulham, Brentford at the G-Tech. It's Merseyside derby at Hill Dickinson. So if we want to have that opportunity, both of us as clubs, here's
your chance.
There's the stage. The stage is fucking set for us. Burnley are going to finish in last place. I am bullish on that. It's not going to be Wolves. Burnley has nothing to play for. They offer nothing.
Real quick, I'm sorry to do this. I have to bring it back 1 second. With the sort of barren spell that Erling Haaland's been on, do we think Igor Thiago, who's now only, I think, 1 goal back, maybe 2, can Igor Thiago win the Golden Boot this season?
I'm fucking rooting for it. I'd love to see it. I would love to see a fucking striker from Brentford win the fucking Golden Boot.
It'd be awesome, right?
It would be fucking great.
Now, I peek behind the curtain. In our preseason predictions, I put Victor Gyökeres because I thought he was going to hit the round running.
Yep.
Sure didn't.
Nope. Sure as hell didn't.
He's way off it. Yep. Anyway, sorry.
There's not a lot to talk about in this match.
I was very excited about it.
Brighton pretty much handled it. It wasn't like they were fantastic, but they handled it.
But Burnley weren't horrific. the 2 goals that they scored, they cheated. They were offsides, right?
Right.
Cheated's a harsh word. It claims intent. Every other chance they had on target, which was almost dead even with Brighton's chances, were so tame that it was like a training session for Bruggen. So it's like, what's the like? In terms of offering something, you're absolutely right. The only time you got a clear-cut opportunity was when you straight off sides by 2 yards.
I mean, that's what I'm getting at. They're not horrific, but there's nothing to offer.
One of those offsides was one of the
elbow,
the tightest offsides I've ever seen in my life. It was literally the seam on his shirt sleeve was offsides. I mean, that's worse than a toenail.
Yeah, it was bad
for me.
It was very bad. Very bad.
I cannot wait for this Wenger rule to be introduced.
And then you had
daylight.
Right back, I think Max Weifer is, who ended up with the brace, one at the end of the first half, one at the end of the second.
Wasn't Hinselwood playing right back? Who's Max Weifer? This happens with Brentford as well from time to time. But mostly with Brighton, where I don't remember ever once talking about this cunt.
And you know what? And he probably got signed last year in the January window and hasn't played at all, and now is fucking playing.
He's only ever scored 1 goal previous to this, apparently, for Brighton.
Yep.
I don't remember this man's name ever coming up.
Yeah.
Ever. And he more than doubled it. 2 great finishes as well. Especially the second one was super composed at the edge of the box.
All right, let's get through these last 3 here. Pretty simple. Big win for the Reds. They really, really fucking needed this as the farewell tour has kind of begun for them. One thing I want to mention before I let you go to town on this, because I've got very little else to say. Apparently, Liverpool are raising ticket prices, and the cop is very pissed. No banners out at all, and a full agreement from the cop to not buy anything from the concession stands.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a big message in that stadium, and that's a big stand. And
then walked during the game with a no to ticket price increases. A banner walking across the front of the bottom of the stand.
Not what the team. I mean, the boys on the pitch know that it's not
directed at them. Yeah.
But also, right now, what they need to get over the finish line is the cop pushing them, and the cop's mad at their organization.
Yeah, I mean, so part of the problem with Liverpool, right, is we talked about it last week. They need a revamp in their defensive areas. They're probably going to have to spend another $300 million.
Yep.
Ticket price increase helps that.
Yeah. Oh, and
but I understand the fans' plight, obviously, right? And that's also not easy.
Right.
Fulham just didn't turn it on in this game until it was too late.
Yeah. It was done.
Marco Silva normally has his team geared up for these matches.
He just didn't.
And he just didn't this time at all, really. Emil Smith-Rowe, I thought, looked good when he came on. There were some chances. Mamadashvili did well when he was called upon, but there was nothing of note, really, that he had to do.
But it's now Robertson said he's leaving at the end of the season. Salah says he wants to be gone at the end of the season.
He is gone. He said he's leaving the club.
Yeah.
And Andy Robertson's doing the same thing.
Yeah. But didn't Mo get a couple of year deal, or was it an option deal? Because he got
a couple years, but everyone's terminating. It's done.
Got it.
He's leaving.
Got it.
It was really nice. I thought that Andy Robertson gave Rio Ungamoa the Man of the Match award in the post match. I don't know if you saw.
I did.
It was kind of elder statesman.
Well, he said
obviously
to him,
still a young man.
He said to him because at one point I was young like you.
Yeah. He goes, you might not believe it, but at one point I was young like you.
Yeah.
Those kind of moments remind you that footballers are human beings and this is a job, and he is trying to teach the younger generation, like trying to help them through. You know what I mean? Like I like those moments, even if it's with a rival club. Yeah. I think it's quite cute, to be honest.
It was. And honestly, for Liverpool, they needed this. They will be in Champions League next year.
And the fact that we talked about it means the game was pretty shite.
Yeah, it just wasn't a very good game. What a fucking goal for Newcastle to start the match, sliding on the ground, pulls his leg up, pulls it around while sliding, and kicks it in.
What a fucking fantastic piece of composure and thought.
It just, wow.
Right?
Wow.
It deflects, which is hard to adjust to anyway. But then you're on your ass. You lift your leg up to get it to your other foot and then still have the wherewithal to finish.
Yeah, just
It's insane.
while sliding on the ground. Like, just, it was insane. It was such a good goal.
But the big deal is, and this is very one of the best typos I've ever had, Ramsdale was by early. I meant Big Mel.
Yeah.
As Palace controlled the first half, right? I mean, they had the better of the chances. Ramsdale came up huge until Willisula's goal.
Yeah. Here's where I'm kind of baffled with Newcastle. By the way, Newcastle is not getting into Europe.
They are. I don't.
They aren't.
I don't believe so either.
And
I also think, and this isn't probably the most hot take that you'll ever hear. I think Eddie Howe's gone.
I don't disagree. I think that's because you're also, I talked about it last week, they're losing Guimaraes, they're losing Tonali, they're losing Gordon.
Because the Tottenham job is now been taken by somebody for the next 5 years, and I do think they'll probably be relegated now.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Newcastle job could be one for Ollie Glasner.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. Not
As
a good take.
As a hot take.
Good.
He is leaving Palace at the end of the
Yep,
season.
he has announced that.
I think Eddie Howe will be very soon after the final whistle on the final day relieved of his duties.
Here's what's so baffling is that Palace intentionally did not start a ton of their guys. They're got a lead. They want to advance in the McRib
Conference League, yep.
and they didn't put out the strongest of teams, and Newcastle still figured out a way to fucking lose that game. Like, there's no reason why Newcastle should have lost that game. There's no reason. Like,
well,
you're fighting to get to Europe. Like, it just, Eddie doesn't have answers anymore is what it's coming to.
Especially because you weathered the storm, right? Osula's goal in the 43rd minute or whatever it was, like, it was very late in the first half, was Newcastle's first shot on target.
Yeah.
Right? And then they start the second half brilliantly. And they were actually on top for a while in the second half. Just couldn't grab that second. Well, then Palace subbed everybody on to get them a stretch before the Conference League second leg.
And they weren't ready for it. Newcastle
weren't ready for it. Now, it also helps that fucking Sven Batman with his little mask on, the dumbest thing I've seen someone do this weekend, started with a handful of shirt, pulling and pushing. And then as soon as the player tried to get away from him, I mean, his shirt was fucking a foot and a half, 2 feet off his back.
Right.
He was yanking so hard on the shirt. I don't blame. If you're being pulled backwards, obviously conventional wisdom would tell you would fall that way.
Right.
But the fact that he fell forward is like, I'm just trying to bring attention to the fact that no one pays attention to this in the refereeing community.
Right.
So the fact that he fell forward, I have no problem with it. Is it a dive? Probably. But are you supposed to have that much of a shirt?
No.
Absolutely fucking not. And you're an experienced defender. You've been around fucking ages. Like, what are you doing?
You pull and let it go. Like, you hide it. You don't let them see it.
What a good penalty by Mateta as well. And then Mateta's first goal, was excellent.
Just knocking over your vape over there.
Yeah. It happens from time to time.
You know, it's probably one of them Tucker Carlson hate vapes,
It's
too.
not. He doesn't do vapes. He does pouches, and I don't buy those either.
Well, and that's, I mean, obviously you're the authoritative source because you buy them and we know about it. So that's just how that goes.
Oh, this bollocks.
All right. The final match.
I'll do it again, bitch.
Yeah. Hear you.
Take that.
Leeds does something they haven't done since 1980, which is win a league game.
45 years.
At Old Trafford. Not just that, in the Battle of the Roses, take 4 of the 6 points and don't drop a single point to United. They also haven't dropped a single point to Chelsea. They haven't dropped 3 points to Chelsea. 4 points in that rivalry. Safety is looking almost guaranteed.
It's getting close.
And a semifinal in the FA Cup. If you are a Leeds fan, you are fucking pinching yourself right now.
Starting to riot.
This is
right. What's the song they sing?
This season is more impressive than the 10th place finish the top 10 finish they had the first year of Bielsa.
Yeah, but Bielsa's more fun.
Oh, of course Bielsa's more fun, but
I don't think Bielsa has a sex dungeon. I do think Farka does. You know what I mean?
Heard.
Especially with his voice.
A brace from Okafor, and
Also, fun fact, another piece of history. First Leeds player to have a brace, to have a multiple goal game against Manchester United, period.
wow.
Yep.
And just honestly,
I believe that's what they said on the television.
Leeds just fucking took it to them.
Oh, yeah.
Leeds just took it to them. They really did.
But this game ended up in a basketball game as well. I mean, it was end-to-end stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
I did feel bad for Mateus Cunha, who the offside was such an innocuous sort of offside that he was so incensed that his goal didn't count. But it was like, nah, he got the flick on before the pass to you.
Yeah.
Like it was so many pieces ago. Like I did feel bad for him because it was a great strike that finally did beat Carl Darlow. And I will hold my hands up for everybody. Darlow had a good game. He wasn't a complete cunt. Well done.
Yeah. The post-game pearl clutching that came from Bruno Fernandes and Michael Carrick over the Martinez red card was a bit much, I thought.
So I think he was unlucky, to be honest. It is a red card.
Yeah,
He pulled his hair.
Yeah,
I don't think it was intentional. And DCL kind of acknowledged that in his post-match.
Yeah, he said, I didn't think it was with any intent.
Right. I think he's trying to grab shirt.
Right.
Honestly, I think he's trying to hold on to the United player's shirt, or to the Leeds United player's shirt. The problem is that in the rules is only a yellow, where if you grab their hair, it's a red.
And he grabbed his hair.
And he grabbed his hair. He caught the man bun.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's just terribly unfortunate.
Yeah. And now United did make it interesting with the Casemiro
goal, yeah,
to make it 2-1, but you know,
and then DCL said it at the end as well, during the post match, where he the double clearance he had off the goal line following Casemiro's goal that preserved the 3 points for Leeds, where he was like, yeah, made up for the other two that I didn't score, because he had in the third minute
he had
an absolutely phenomenal chance to go ahead and put it straight at Lemons, and then the header
that he put right down at Lemons' feet,
and so but then had a double clearance off the goal line to save the game instead, and he was like, well, I think I probably fucking made up for myself, didn't I?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, yeah, well done, man.
So
that's why you have to play the whole game. That's why you have to do your job the entire time, you know?
You're probably not safe till you get to 39 points, and Leeds are on 36. But what Leeds has going for them, their very next match is at home against Wolves.
2 home games.
And also Burnley.
Correct.
Yeah, I
think they'll be fine.
I think they will be fine, too. I tend to agree, and I think they're going to see a finals day in Wembley.
I think you might be right about that.
Sure money.
I am only up 201 now for the season, and I'm starting to get a little nervous.
Oh, don't worry, I keep losing, so it doesn't matter.
I'm not about losing the betting. I know I'm in on that. I'm worried about not finishing up.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'd like to finish up.
It would be nice to just finish up.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I'll let you go ahead and tell the good people what you did before I put in my my multi-leg parlay.
Well, Villa drew, and Newcastle gave it away. So neither game went over 3.5, but also neither one of my winners won. So I am down $2,272.
Big Sam's Lock of the Week.
6.67% of the time. It works 100% of the time. Here we go. 3-leg road dog parlay. I'm just throwing shit at the wall now.
Three-legged raw dog. Got it.
Yep. Fulham to beat Brentford at Brentford on the West London derby. Bournemouth over Newcastle at St. James's Park. And Brighton over Spurs, which frankly is the most likely of them to happen. If that hits, Mr. Graham, I'd be ahead of you if you miss your bet. Plus $2,820.
Damn.
That ain't impossible, though. You think of that. Like,
I've got a 7-leg that's only plus 886.
Fulham love to beat Brentford at the G-Tech. They love to do that. Bournemouth on an 11-game winning streak, and Newcastle can't seem to get out of their own fucking way right now. And like I said, Brighton are in form, and Spurs are horrific at home. So I feel good about that. Let's see if we can make it interesting, Mr. Graham.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
All right. So
9-way parlay.
it's only 7, thank goodness. City or draw with Arsenal and under 3.5 goals.
Okay.
I told you I got a little bit of reverse psychology hopefully at play here.
You want it to miss
I want it to miss completely.
because you won.
Right. But if we draw, still in contention.
Got it.
Brentford or draw, a double chance with Fulham.
Okay.
Brentford's in too good a form,
Got it.
I think, at the moment. Things just happen to be going their way
Heard.
as well, given the belly button goal or the kidney or
Whatever.
liver,
Right.
whatever mid-drift it hit.
Exactly.
Leeds to beat Wolves and over 1.5
Okay.
in that game. Brighton or draw with Tottenham.
Mm-hmm.
That's more of a safety net situation with the draw.
Yeah.
And then because Brighton like to fuck off a game they should be winning.
Not good gambling.
And then Forest to beat Burnley. Because Burnley just don't offer
Burnley offer nothing.
anything.
Again, they will be 20th.
and
They
that-
will be 20th place.
That gives me plus 886
All right.
for those 7 legs. And I think I got a decent shot at those 7 legs.
Well,
so
you're
we'll
gonna-
see what happens.
You're going to need that, Mr. Graham, because I'm going to hit my bet, and it's suddenly going to be a tight race again.
We'll see. Won't we?
All right. That is going to wrap it up, boys and girls. Mr. Graham, any parting words?
I do. Real quick, Mel, you'll be interested in this. Very important stuff. April 13th, which is today, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It was announced that Marie-Louise Etta was given the manager's position at Hertha Berlin.
Okay.
The first woman in all of Europe's top 5 leagues to become the men's team manager.
Very cool.
That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Now, she has taken charge of Hertha Berlin before, but it was only because the head coach was suspended. It was not her actual job. Now, they fired their coach. She's the interim head coach till the end of the season, so it is now her job title. That's the differentiation.
Got it.
So she's been in charge of the team before, but it was only because the coach was suspended. The manager was suspended, so she was just the person in the dugout.
Very cool.
But very fucking cool. Should be more regular. There's no absolutely no reason why it shouldn't be more regular. Women have good football brains too, besides 1 week of the month.
Football.
Love that.
But very, very cool from Hertha Berlin. And
I hear you, Goldie Hawn.
Yes, high five.
and just
Necessary roughness.
it's just a big step forward, I think. Something very cool that happened.
We for the kings.
We like to highlight
And
cunts a
diamond
lot
rings.
and dickheads for doing bad things. I think it's pretty cool to highlight somebody that's making waves, and good on her.
Very good. Next up is DU Does EFL, where we're going to check in on the rest of English football. After that, we're going to do Injury Time, which is a completely biased preview of the weekend's action, including the beers we've been drinking, checking in on our fantasy scores, and our adopted clubs. Should you want to support the show, Mr. Graham, how do you go about doing that?
Very easy. One last time. It's patreon.com/DFootball Show. Sign up to that $1 $5 tier. You get all the extra stuff Sam's talking about. And get all of these shows completely ad-free.
Till next week, everybody.
Good night.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston.
Sam Houston.
Arsenal fans have another Sam. Right day, the fucking Gooner Graham. Smells of a lord. Looks great in shorts. Sam Grammy.
Sam Brown.
Brooklyn United! Brooklyn United! Hit the fucking mute button!